All right, I'm live. Let's see how long this lasts. I am currently in a very, very bad connection weather wise. I told people I was coming on here at like 12:30, but I got a string of business and important phone calls that I had to handle pertaining to estate matters with my mother and things like that. So I had to tend to that. I woke up this morning, like much of you, and saw that my iHeart Aries YouTube channel has been terminated. Okay. Um, from YouTube, they are saying that it is because of the last short that I created using the Golden Nouveau Tarot deck. And I showed the Lover's card, which doesn't even really have a definition of real, true, defined private parts. It doesn't even have real defined private parts. The irony of it is that when I came and sat down here at my desk, I still had that reading laid out for myself because I wanted to look back on it. Matter of fact, the affirmation card that I use, I've been pulling from these affirmation cards, from the legendary affirmation cards, is I honor my inner voice. And okay, and it was a very spiritual message. It had the Lover's card in it. Um, and so I've gotten a lot of emails. People are freaking out, trying to figure out what to do, if they can help. Unfortunately, the thing is, when you're dealing with these big type of entities and corporations, it's, you harvest for them. That is what you're doing. You're harvesting for them. And the only real, I guess, gratification for us is that it's a way that we feel that we can make our own money. But as you can see, it could be ripped away in an instant. So the lack of control is always there. So this has just pushed me to, I was already about to reboot this channel, and I'm still going to reboot this channel to answer some of y'all's questions that have been emailing me. This is not going to turn into an all signs Aries channel. Because first of all, I'm not giving up on iHeart Aries. It's going to be restored. It's going to come back. This channel is going to be rebooted, just like the intentions that I had for it. And I'm going to start working on that today since I have a lot of free time. And I also have another channel that I'm starting that I was going to roll out at the end of the month. So I'm just going to give me time to start working on that. When I found out and saw that my channel was gone, yes, of course, the color was drained from my face. But this is kind of how I've been all day at this vibrational set point. My cousin was even like, "Why are you so calm? Why are you so calm?" I said, "I don't know. That's kind of like my protective mechanism. It's almost a scary thing in some cases because when I do get calm, I get determined. So that's when it happened." One thing that's on my spiritual journey that I've always seen and I've always noticed is that I have an extremely hard path. It may look glamorous to other people because I have a lot of Venus placements, 12 house placements and things like that. So it makes my spiritual journey look glamorous. But I can assure you, I have gone through the punches, the trenches, my whole entire life. Even I remember my dad looked at me one time about 10 years ago, and he was like, "Blossom," he was like, "Do you have a dark cloud over you?" Because he was like, "Things are always happening." I was like, "I don't know, Dad." I mean, years later, I realized that it's just a part of my spiritual journey. It's a part of my spiritual path. We don't like the word resiliency, but unfortunately, that's what I've been cast into, just being resilient. The life is not going to be soft for me until I make it soft. So I do believe it's going to come back. I cast an Ori chat, or her Ori chat on it, Ori chart on it, astrology, to predict whether or not it was going to come back. It's going to come back. And I pulled cards on it. It's going to come back. It's still frustrating because this is my livelihood. When it deleted my channel, it kicked me out of the YouTube Partners program. So that's thousands of dollars that I may not get, this month. I'm a single mom. I only have this income plus, off of here, I have a few other things. And I have one other thing that will sustain the roof over my head, but it's still a kick in the, it's a kick in the gut because my son literally has a week left of school and we are supposed to start our summer festivities. And it's a dark cloud. That's what it feels like. It feels like a dark cloud. So I will start posting on this channel tomorrow. Again, it's not going to be all Aries. It will be all signs, just like this channel was intended to be, because that's the intention that I set for this channel. The way that you can help me, it's not like Twitter where I can have everybody email or connect to them and do it on my behalf. It has to be done by me. And if YouTube decides to, and it's definitely an error, because they're stating that my channel is terminated due to nudity that was intended for sexual gratification. So YouTube, I don't give a damn if you delete this channel, go to hell. All right. So go to fucking hell. You can't, one thing I've learned about terrible situations is that, acting out of a fear base is not going to help me. So trying to get this channel and turn it into an all Aries channel is not that's fear based, because this channel was never intended to be an all Aries channel. So I'm not doing that. I'm also not going to give up on I Heart Aries. I'm going to get that channel back. And I'm also going to continue to move forward. I'm not going to get into a fetal position and die because I got a child that I got to provide for. So how can you support me and help me though, since you cannot report anything for me? I have to do it myself. You can support me through the text chat that I just created. Even if you don't have a question, find a question. You can buy a question from the text chat line. It's $10. Just in case until I get my normal income back. I'll post it on this community tab, the number to the chat, and I'll say that now as well, just for the people who are watching it back. The number for my tarot text chat line, say that 3 times fast, is 504. Let me see here. Because I have so many. It's 504-475-8417. So if you guys want to text and get a question answered on the hotline, that will help me. That would be very beneficial. Until then, turn your notifications on this channel, because I will start posting videos on here tomorrow. I just need some time to go outside and scream. I get to go outside and scream. Like my channel found out. Let me just tell you the events of my day, okay? Because this is fucking crazy. Drop my son off to school, okay? I pull into my driveway. Well, drop my son off to school, realize that he forgot his trumpet at home. So I'm like, okay, let me grab his trumpet. I'm going to take it back to school. I knew that we had a flash flood warning, but it was supposed to come yesterday. So I'm thinking, okay, it's in the clear, right? We're just fine. It's going to rain sporadically and that's that. Pull into my driveway, sit for a second, pull up my phone and realize that my channel is gone. Okay. So immediately and it was literally like color just washed from my face. Okay. So I'm like, this is it. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. There's nothing. I'm just like, okay, channel is gone. I just immediately got into Aries mode. Okay, so let's just put this on the back burner for a second, because at this point, you guys had found out before me, and I already had a whole bunch of emails come in. Said, let me put this on the back burner for a second. I got to be a mom. Okay, let me go get my son's trumpet. Let me go take it to his school and give it to him. So as I'm turn around and start taking his trumpet to school, the sky gets black. It starts turning black. And I'm like, okay, well, the thunderstorm's about to get caught. Great. I'm about to get caught in the rain. I am literally turning the corner to his school, and I'm just praying to God, just don't let it rain. That's all I'm thinking about is rain. Immediately I get to the stop sign and 2 trash cans fly from one side of the road to the other side of the road. And I'm like, and it instantly, the weather just And it was like I was in the Wizard of Oz. I was like running inside the school to bring his trumpet. By the time I got back to my car, I could not even see to get to the other side of the street. And I'm trying to drive to get home. The power immediately goes out in the whole parish. I look right in front of me, the stop lights go out, and I see that the street starts flooding. I turn around because I'm in a little car and I'm like, I got to go in the other direction. I'm seeing rushing water. This is all happening this morning. Like, I'm seeing rushing water. So I'm trying to get back the other way. And I happen to be in the lowest part of my parish. So the water is just coming in. I had to drive on top of people's front yards because that was the highest point to drive. Get to the gas station, get on the main road, try to get around, still driving. It's like tornado weather, right? I finally am making it into my street. And this is why you never drive through a puddle. My car starts floating. And I'm like, oh my God. I immediately turn on the grass. This is like a fucking movie this morning. Turn on the grass and start driving up on people's lawns just to make it to higher ground. Finally got to my street, and a tree is uprooted from its roots. Like, they're literally out there right now getting the tree up out of the ground. A tree is uprooted from its roots and flies in the middle of the street. That's how powerful. Like, there was literally, they told us flash flood warning. I guess with flash flood comes tornadoes. But I was thinking, everybody worried about my channel. I'm thinking I'm about to die. Like, I'm about to lose my life. I'm like, what is going to happen if I literally die right now? My son is at school. That's the only thing I was thinking about. And I think that is the reason why I'm so grounded around this whole channel situation, because it was the pits of hell this morning. And then I finally make it home, get inside home, and I get a number that calls me, and Spirit tells me to answer the phone. I answer the phone, and it's my son's voice. When I tell you that is fucking scary, like, that's why I don't even give a damn about anything else. The first thing you think about when you hear your kid calling from school, and not a counsel, not a teacher, you hear your child's voice on the phone, Mom. And I'm like, Roman, what's going on? Whose phone are you calling from? He was like, I'm calling from Mason's phone. I left my phone in the back seat of the car. He was like, I need you to come get me from school. And I'm like, I just left there. I was like, what do you mean you need you to come get me? He was like, the power went out at school. The weather is really bad. We're all sitting in the hallway, and the backup generator went out, and it's getting really, really hot in here. We're sweating. They're asking us to pull our cell phones out and call our parents to come get us from school because we can't stay here. This all happened before 11 fucking o'clock. Okay. And so I'm like, okay, there's no way that I can drive my car after I'm just getting stuck. So I had to call my friend who lives like 2 streets over to drive over in her boyfriend's truck, her truck, thank God. And then she took me to the school. When I got back to the school, it was sheer pandemonium. I was like, this is probably what parents must feel like when they get that, that call from school, because everybody's just running in, trying to go get their kids. Power's out. Teachers are on walkie-talkies, cell phones, trying to get kids checked out, make sure they're not walking out the building. That's what I've been dealing with this all morning. So I had to just come home from that and like, okay, my son is safe. Now let me deal with my livelihood. Now let me deal with my livelihood. Now that he's safe in the house. And yeah, streets are flooded. It's a wreck outside. Power is going in and out, but here we are. So that's just kind of what I've been dealing with. That's why I've seen a lot of y'all emails, y'all's texts, y'all freaking out about my channel. I'm freaking out about just trying to stay alive this morning. So now I can focus on this. But thank you guys so much for caring so much. It really touched me because, I think it's a protection mechanism that I don't panic. I think the only time I really, 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 truly panicked in my life was when I found out my mom was about to die. That is the one time that I lost it. But in these type of situations, my defense mechanism is just to be calm, just to be stoic, just to be all right. Because how else are we going to figure this out? How else are we going to figure this out if I start freaking out and start crying? Because if an Aries starts freaking out, she's going to be 2 to 3 business days to calm us down. And I can't do that. I can't go into freak out mode because I have a dependent. So that's where I'm at. If you guys want to support me, ask questions on the tarot chat hotline. This channel will be revamped. So go ahead. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now. and hit the notification bell, because I might even change the name tomorrow, because I just want all new energy. I wanted to go to the Botanica and go buy me a candle so I can start getting to work in the spiritual realm on this situation. But I can't leave my house because my little old car might float away. So I have to use the tools. This is why you should learn your herbs. And we're going to get back into that as well. The herbs and the seasonings that you have in your kitchens, because anything could be used for spells. Okay. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I have candles here. I have oils and all of those good things. But it has been, you're right, Queen. It has been one hell of a day. I told my cousin, I said, girl, she called me back. She's like, call me. I said, I'm just calling you back. I said, I was literally calling you because I thought I was about to die. And you were about to be the last person I was going to talk to. And I needed you to pray for me on the phone. And she was like, what happened? I was like, telling her everything. Like, that's where I've been this morning, in that state of mind. So, it's a shit show. Okay. It's a shit show out here in this world right now. So stay prayed up. This is why I preach positivity. Some people say, oh, positivity doesn't work, doesn't manifest, it doesn't do it. Well, guess what? It keeps me getting through. It keeps me pushing through and not having a mental breakdown. So, and look at this, right, Marquita? Look at this. Yeah. Well, one of my subscribers, JR, shout out to you. He gave me a really powerful message today. He said he saw an owl yesterday while he was actually watching my channel. And he was telling me, he said he felt like something significant was going to happen. And he made a good point, even while I was trying to rationalize it, is that, I do give a lot of spiritual truths. And my whole intention is not just, I feel like every situation that we go through in this life, whether it's love, finances, or career, is helping us to get to some sort of higher power in ourselves, right? Create that oneness in ourselves. That's what this journey is about. It's not about obtaining things. It's not about worldly success. It's literally trying to find our own higher consciousness. And when I am conveying that message, I notice that I get lower views, or I start getting glitches and things like that. So I don't feel like this was all about a naked card. I feel like, and I said that the other day to myself, I was sitting outside and a fly landed on me, and immediately how I channel is just, and I tell you guys all the time, the first thing that comes to my mind is a message, and I blurt it out. And when that fly landed on me, I said, monitoring spirit. It blurts out of my mouth like that, monitoring spirit. And so kind of like looking back at that now, I'm like, okay, yeah. It all makes sense. But what can you do? We are literally, when we come down here to earth, it's all a spiritual warfare. So this is why you have to keep your truths dear to your heart, and don't let anybody, take those away from you. At the end of the day, that's all we have: our truth, our integrity. All right. So that is what I have for you guys for now. I will post in this community page the information for the tarot text chat hotline if you don't already have it. And that's the best way to support me right now. I will be back later. Probably not today, probably tomorrow on here. And I'll do the live morning energy reading. Hopefully they don't try to take this channel, because I do see something where I'm like, it says that you cannot try to, I can't think of the right verbiage that they said, but they were pretty much saying that you cannot try to get try to circumvent, your situation to another channel, your information. Like, how the hell are you going to tell somebody they can't use their other channels because one channel is terminated? Like, that is fucking insane, YouTube. Like, that's literally what they said. Because my one channel has gotten taken down, that I'm not supposed to get on another channel and spread my message or spread the same information. So there you have it. All right, guys. So I'll talk to you guys later. And remember, hit the subscribe, like, and notification. Most importantly, notification when I do come back on here. All right. Take care.